Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. And I see we already got a message while the stream was starting up, and it's from Malcolm saying COH stream, looking forward to catching some of this. I'm glad you're interested in catching some 3D modeling. So what I have here is the bolter, and we're going to be UV mapping it. But before we can actually fully UV map this bolter, something needs to happen. We have it in several pieces, and that's not what we need. We need it all as one mesh. So what I'm going to do is I am going to select all the pieces that need to be put together. Select Shift, select that, select that, select that, and select that. So I have all these pieces selected. All I have to do is hit the J key, or it's Alt J, I believe. Yep, Alt J. Now that is one solid mesh. Now, something I did do before merging these all together is all the parts that intersect with this, because like this was a separate piece, this was a separate piece, and this was a separate piece, along with the cocking mechanism was a separate piece. So what I done is I had deleted the faces that are inside this model that would never ever be seen. This lowers the poly count, and that is very, very good. So we need to go back into edit mode, and we need to start defining our seams. Let's break this apart one piece at a time. We're going to start from the top and we're going to work our way down. We're going to work on the separate pieces. So I'm going to do this piece, then this piece, then this piece, then this piece. Then I'll do the big body piece. And that's how we'll work. So I'm going to hold Shift, move up here. I'm going to zoom in tight on this. We need to get this UV mapped out, and we need our edge tool. So we have our edge tool. I'm going to click here, here, here. All of these selected. Then we need to have an edge. I'm going to grab an edge that's going to be hard to see. I'm going to grab this edge right here because it's close to the other edges. I'm going to right click. Let's see, where was it? Mark seam. You'll notice that they all turn red, and that's good. The next one I'm going to do is this one over here. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to go here, here. Just going to work my way around. Like so. Just want to select all of these. And if you guys have any questions about 3D modeling, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. Let's unselect that, unselect that. I want this one selected though. We do have the inside of the barrel to worry about. All of these seams right there. We have some more that we need to get. But we got the main part of the barrel there. The next part I want to get right here. I'm going to select this seam here. Unravels nicely. Select all the way around here. All of these edges here. So I want these edges also. Sorry, I didn't accidentally grab a seam I didn't want. There we go. Over, around, over, in. Go. Let's rotate up. Pull this up. Here, rotate this way. That way, we only have one there. Okay, so got those. So we can zoom over to this one. This. There. Because these got to roll out flat. Everything has to be flat. Got those. This edge, this edge. Zoom out. I'm going to rotate around like so. Zoom back in. Ooh, we have a problem here. We'll fix that in a moment. Going to right click, mark seams. I want to take this edge and this edge. Right click, I'm going to clear seams. There we go, because I don't want those out. Don't want that separating out. So we got this cylinder done. We got the barrel done. Next, we need to get this piece done. Move over here. Let's figure out the best way to unwrap this. Thinking we'll go boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Go along here. So that will unwrap nicely here and here. A lot to here, 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 here. That will do the job for that one. That will unwrap nicely. Go right click, mark seams. That's all nice and done. Next thing to do, rotate around. Get to here. Let's create this one. So I think the way we're going to do this one, we'll have the seams go along here. Maybe underneath. I think underneath will be harder to spot the seams that way. So we'll take this seam over here. Move over more and more. This edge. Oh. Envisioning this all in my mind. There. There. Here. 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 Take that one off. Go like that, yeah. Yeah, that's how we did that one. And we did the inside. Yep. Let me see, envisioning this in my mind. That should unwrap nicely. Okay, so we got that marked. So we have everything for those parts marked. Let's go ahead and now what we're going to do is we're going to work from this direction to this direction. We're going to start here. First thing we need to do, this, over this, and this. So we got all of that. Here. Edge here. Edge here. Edge here. I think actually. Work out best. This. Here. 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 This one. This edge here. All of those. This edge. Edge. This edge. This edge, this edge. So this will be one piece. This wrapping around here will be one piece going along these sides. And this will be one piece. So mark seams. Looks good there. We'll pull back. And move down. Here. This edge. This edge. This edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, good there. All on full. I think the best way to do this, that will be one piece. Here. That will be one piece. That folds out, that will be flattened out. That will work really, really good. And we will right click, mark as seams. That one all done. Now let's do this body part piece here. Rotate up. Pull up here. We're going to start from the top. Where I want. This edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, this, 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 this edge. That way, this easier on us. Come into here. The right edge. I did get the right edge. Edge. 8. This edge. This edge. This edge. This edge. And okay. Got all of that. We'll go mark seams. So that front piece will be all one piece. Then we want to go here, down, here, 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 here. Now, there's a reason I did this, because when this folds out and this folds out, they're going to overlap each other, and that would not be good. So that's the reason why I put this edge here, because now when this flips out and this folds out, it's going to fold out along with this, which is good. Do the same thing here. I did that. Okay, good. One there. Here, there, there. Don't need that edge. And why I had that edge. Take this. We'll do this, 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 this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge. Get all these edges there. Oh, nice. Up. This edge, edge, this edge, this edge, this edge. We got everything. Good. Right click. Arch seams. All of that. Now, next, we need to, we're going to do the front grip piece right here. We'll go ahead and zoom in here. This edge. And up. This. There we go. Nope, not that edge. We out, over, down, edge. There we go. We got it. Now we want this edge. This edge, this edge. Same thing we did here. Actually, no, we don't, because of the way we're doing this. Actually, we will. Just make it easier on ourselves. Edge. Get it around here. This edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge. Rotate around. Get this. Nope. Try and get that one edge is really, really hard. Go. Nope, still have that one. Looks like we got it. Okay, that will unfold nicely. Go. Yeah, I'm seeing red there, so we're good. Let's double check the other side, make sure. Seeing that there. Okay, good, 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 good. Got the corner. So we got all of that done. That's gonna all unfold very nicely. Next. This edge, 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 this, this, this. Right click, mark seams, rotate to the other side. We want this edge. More edges here. Yeah. More seams. Then let's work on this back piece. Back piece. Good there. Let's do an edge here. Mark that seam. Do this edge, this edge, this edge. We'll grab this edge here too. This is going to unfold. If we'll cooperate with go. That will fold nicely. Right click, mark seams. All the seams we need, we do. Okay, so this seam, this seam, that nicely. Seams, get this seam, this seam, this seam, this seam. Right click, mark seams. Good there. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and go here, 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 here. Right click, mark seams. That will unfold nicely there. That seam, that seam, that seam, seam. Rotate around. That seam, that seam, that seam, that seam. Right click, mark seams. That will unfold nicely. That, not that seam. Want that seam. We'll actually take that. So those, okay, like that, that, and that. This one, oh, unclicked the seam I wanted. Go. No, not that seam. That seam. All the seams I want on that. Right click, mark seams. All good there. So need here, outline, rip here. There. Seam there. Right click. Where's mark seams? There's mark seams. So we have that side. Get this one. This edge. No, not that edge. This edge. This edge. This edge. This edge. This edge. Up some. This edge over here so I can see this. Ooh, not the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. Get over, make sure I get it. That one. Mark seams, so that will be good. Do here. Seam there. There it is. Here. Here. That. Up. Yep, got it. Right. Seam. Then let's work on the interior. Go ahead and this edge. This edge. Mark those as seams. Here. I want to take I'll mark this seam. This seam. Rotate around. This seam. Also want this seam. This seam. That will mark out good. Here, 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 here. This edge, over here, this edge too. No, we don't want that edge. Got that. So this is all gonna flatten out nice. Okay. And we'll do here, 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 here. Okay, to the other side, here, here. Rotate over more, here, here. Let's mark those seams. And then for the last piece, whew, we're going to mark a seam here, 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 here. That will work out really well as a unfold. We got all the seams. Wow. We have done that fairly quickly. Did mark those, right? Let's make sure. Seems, yep. Okay, so we got that all done. Up, out. Let's go here. Go to here. Grab all of it. UV. Unwrap. Let's move that to that. Click enter. UV edit. This is what we have. That looks really, really good. Really, really clean. That's the barrel there. That's the top and the sides of it. This is the underarm piece of it. This is the front. This is, that's not the front. This is the back. Not where this is. What those parts are. This is where the clip is. I'm just checking everything, make sure everything looks good and clean. Okay, we're there. Okay, that's the one side of the trigger. These are the sides. This is where grip was. This is the back. This is part of the back. Yep. And just want to make sure everything's good and clean. That's all good and clean. Barrel. Barrel. Okay, there's the back piece. This is the front of the undergrip. That's all good and clean. We're all good. I think that looks good. What do you guys think? Wow, that was quicker than expected. Go file, save. File, save as. We want this to be a no, that's right. We don't want to do a file save as. We want to do a file export. Wow. Export as an FBX. Filter FBX. There we go. So that's done. Now if we go to images, UV export UV layout. I'm showing you guys how to export out your UV maps once you're done with them. We'll go like this. And we're gonna go. Oh, I have caps lock on. Let me get caps lock off. We'll do bolter underscore UV. Always make sure that you put the UV on there. And we're going to go ahead, export. But we have one other thing we need to do. We need to go here. And go tab. Bolter. You name that bolter. Take all of this. Delete that. File. Export. FBX. Let's delete that. Now we're going to save it. Because now we have it named correctly. We have it named bolter. We have everything that's not meant to be in the scene taken out. So when they pull up the file for this, it's just going to show this gun. There's not going to be any lights in there. There's not going to be any camera, anything. All they'll get is this right here. So they won't get anything else. Not a single thing else. I think that's really good. So when you say you're not familiar with this type of design, are you talking with 3D modeling? Are you talking with the gun? Or are you talking about Malcolm? That way I can sort of explain things a little bit better and help you out some. Do this, get the lights back in. Now the lights are back. I shall take light, move the light over to here, over to here. So, what do we get lighting on that? Getting over here, so on this. That's better lighting. Now when you angle it like this, you get that. So, let's see what's next. We got the bolter, we got the shoulder pads, we got the bolter pistol. What do you guys think about playing around in the Unreal Engine? Or should I 3D model something else? That's my question. Should I 3D model something else, or should we get into designing the miniature golf pinball marble game? Because we got this bolter here. Then let's go ahead and go save, file, open, layout. And we also have this bolter pistol right here that we've done. Got that. And then if we go file, recent, shoulder pads, don't save. Hey Duke, how's it going? That's that shoulder pad. What's the shoulder pads 2? Okay. That one. I'm doing really, really well. We just finished up with the UV mapping of the bolter. So we have the shoulder pads, right? These shoulder pads here, which I got a little bit of cleanup in the geometry to do. Then we also have the, where is it? File open, recent. We have the bolt pistol that we did, which is this one right here. That is now finished up. And then we have recent, don't save, this bolter we just now finished up. So now I'm wanting to know what you guys would like to see. Do you guys want to see me 3D model something else? Do you guys want to see me start working in the game design? Now, if I do start 3D modeling something, no matter what, next Monday is going to be me actually doing some game design. Is there anything specific in Blender you'd like to learn about? Things like that. It's really open right now because everything I was wanting to achieve with this live stream has been achieved. So I think for the next hour and 15 minutes, you guys guide where it goes. You can ask questions about 3D models and modeling, and I can answer them and show you things. I can start 3D modeling something new, or I can dive straight into actually working on making a video game. Yeah, thank you very much. Now, I'm not doing the texturing of these. I am leaving that to the Thunderspy team. The reason why is they've learned the texturing style that City of Heroes uses. And that would take me some time to get used to and in replicating it, where they have gotten used to it and replicate it. So all I'm doing with these models is I'm 3D modeling them, I'm UV mapping them, and I'm handing that over to the Thunderspy team. Sorry, accidentally bumped the mic. And then they're going to texture it, put it into the game, and then you'll be seeing this bolter, bolt pistol, and shoulder pads in the game. So I will have produced 4 models for the characters, your characters to use on the Thunderspy server, which would be really nice. Now, 2 of them will go on any character. The other 2, you'll need to have like a rifle attack, or maybe even a beam rifle attack, or a pistol attack to be able to use them because they're weapons. But overall, I think that's really good. And this sort of adds to that Warhammer 40,000 style feel. But I really want to know what you guys want next. Do you want to learn more in 3D modeling? Do you want to see what I'm planning for game design and learn with me? Because I'm going to be learning the blueprint system on the Unreal Engine. Or do you guys want to ask questions? What would you guys like? Because I can go any direction you guys want from here. And just in case you want new 3D modeling, general won't save. So we'll start with a blank canvas in case you guys want something to do with 3D modeling or have questions about 3D modeling. Now, when I say 3D modeling, I'm talking making the 3D models. I'm not talking about animation. I'm not good with animation. I can get realistic movement and make things look realistic, The problem I have when I animate is my timing is off. And so it doesn't feel quite right in the timing, but the way I get things to move has a realistic feel to it. And I've been told this by experts of animation. You know, they've been in the industry for like years and years and years. My modeling skills, my texturing skills, on the other hand, are really, really good. I mean, I've had my instructor say, well, you pulled that texture from offline. You didn't create that yourself. And then I pulled up Photoshop and I showed them how I create it. And they was like, oh, never mind. That texture's real. Or they questioned a 3D model I made. But, you know, the 3D models, you know, the way I got really good at 3D modeling is if you took a class and you passed the class, the school I went to let you sit back in on those classes. When I first learned 3D modeling, it was from an instructor that was an animator, not a 3D modeler. So all the modeling questions we had that were complex, they had no answer to. But I'd passed the class. When the school finally got a true 3D modeling instructor, who that's all that they do is 3D model, I sat in on the class once and got more familiar with it, and I was enjoying 3D modeling finally. So I sat in the class again and got more familiar with it, and then sat in the class again and got more familiar with it. So I actually took the 3D modeling class 4 times. One from an amateur 3D modeler, which was an animator, because 3D animators know the basics of 3D modeling in case they need to fix something. And then a true 3D modeler, where that's all that they do is 3D modeling. I took their class 3 times and asked them a lot of questions. And to this day, I still speak with them off and on. So that's how that all works out. So I see you guys are still deciding on what I should do. I really like to hear from you guys, because I really don't know where to move forward from here besides working on the game. And even then, it's going to be a bit klutzy, me fumbling around with the interface, getting used to things, stuff like that. Or if you guys have any 3D modeling questions, or something you might want me to 3D model object-wise. Not character-wise, object-wise. Just remember, wherever you ask me to 3D model, it's only going to be during this stream. It will not continue on to next Monday, because next Monday will 100% be me working on the game design stuff. I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back. When I'm back, whatever answer we have is what we will go for, and it will be first come, first serve. Okay, I am back. Let's see. Not a problem, Malcolm. I'm always glad to help you. You'll get more information about 3D modeling and texturing and stuff like that when I go into the game design stuff, and that'll be really nice. What I thought I'd do is I will actually show you guys how I would a way you can make a tree. Let's go that way. Since no one's really responding, let's make a tree. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna go objects. Actually, I want to go into modeling. I'll go object. Where is? Go here. Oh no, it's add. I'm thinking wrong. Not a circle. We want a cylinder. I'm going to take this cylinder. Click here. And let's make just a really simple tree. So we'll go with 16 units around. Do not want that to be an end-on. We'll do a triangle fan. The reason I'm doing a triangle fan is so that we can easily do this. So we have this here, right? Now if I click here, click on edit mode, you see we have triangle fan, we have the points, right? So I want to make this a tree. If I were to make this a tree, what I'd actually do, I'd go here. I want these faces here, but I'm going to hit 1, so we're evenly aligned. Go into wireframe, select all of these. And go to this. Go to here. We're going to change this to also be, let's say, yeah, we'll do 16. So we'll do like that, right? And there's a reason we're doing this. Now, take this whole, nope, not what I'm wanting. Take this whole entire thing, like so. Do scale. Scale up, like so. That's good. And let's go ahead and go move. Move this up like that. So we have that, right? That's the base. That's your normal cylinder, as we would expect, right? And so what I did to add these extra verts is I used this tool here, which is the loop tool. So it created all these extra edges that we need. Now, let's create some branches. So I want faces. You select there, here. See why I'm doing a lot easier. I'm just gonna start selecting some faces. I got those faces, and there's several ways that we can do the extrude. We can do this extrude, which basically just extrudes it out like that. And that's perfectly fine. That's actually the one we want. Because if we undid that, and let's say we did this, and then extrude, does the same thing. But the difference is when you pull in, you see it does that. So, let's grab another. Well, if we did this one and extrude, See, it pulls out and widens it. We don't want that. That wouldn't be good for that one because it keeps the averages. If we did this by the individuals and pull out, look at that. It separates them out into their individuals. And if we did this one, doesn't really work well. So the one we want is the first one. We're going to extrude out about there. Okay. Then we want to take our select tool. We want to go to edges. Take this edge, this edge, this edge, rotate around this edge. Here, about there. That looks good. So we got those edges. Go to scale. We're going to take this dot right here. We're going to pull in. About like so. So you get that rounded feel. Maybe a little bit more. That looks good. So we get that. That looks okay, but we got a little bit of pinching here going on that we'll have to resolve. Let's actually resolve that pinching issue. Actually, that will actually add some flavor to it. So we're actually going to leave that alone. We got that done, but now a tree limb doesn't normally move like this, right? It's not normally just straight. So we need to go ahead. I'm going to go wireframe, select those, click here, change this 1 to, let's say, 8. Enter. We got those. Now, what we can do, start messing with things. Now, we actually do rotate. So, but that doesn't work out too well. So, all this, then rotate it. That, go ahead, all this, hit it. Ooh, hold on, we're missing some. Let's go. There we go. That's the angle we want. All of this. All of this. There we go. Add something like that. All of this. So this, like so, this way, this way, this, hit it that way. We got that. Go here. Go this. all of this, rotate it this way a bit. Let's go here, rotate it a bit like so. We'll hit 1, all of this, that, hit it more. So we'll hit 1, take this, rotate it around. So this, rotate like that. 1, take those, go ahead, that, 1, grab these, rotate this, that, 1 again, take all of these, a bit more, put 1 more time, all this, hit it like so, 1, these, 2, this. So that's starting to look a lot more better. But once again, it's not thinning out. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to verts. We're going to select. We're going to select this single vert. We're going to hit 1. And we're going to use the move tool. And just pull it out. So. Okay. And we're going to hit 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah. We'll hit 1. Take all of these verts. Minus those. Only have those verts. We're going to do scale along here. Scale down. This. Scale down to about that. Take these verts here. Add that vert. Color scale down. There. Here. All of. Ooh! Let's undo that. We do scale. That down to there. Yeah. Maybe a bit more. A little bit more. More. So take these verts here, them down. That. Ooh, I don't like that. Yeah. There we go. These verts here. Scale them down. A little bit more. these verts. So a little bit that. Verts. Mine. Ooh, nope. Go to the select tool. Get rid of those. No. Now we'll go back to the scale tool. Here. Down. A little bit more. That's good. And we take these verts. Come down. So these verts come down. That these verts come down. So these verts come down. That looks like a good tree branch. Because if we actually go here, look at that. It looks really, really good for a branch, doesn't it? But that's just the branch. We have more that we could do. We can go into, once again, this mode. We'll hit this. Let's take all of these verts. We're going to do light movements here. Move this, that. Over like that. Rotate to the top. Let's see. 3. That's what we want. That, and then let's take our scale. Scale this bit. Actually, no, we'll scale it down a bunch. Go like that. Really give it a base. And another thing we can do, we can take something like this here. Take this spot. Move it out like so. We can take this spot, move it out like this spot, that. And see, you can just sort of create your tree trunk the way you see fit. But if we hit 1 again, no, 3. Let's continue with the actual trunk of the tree. We got that. Make sure we don't have any extroverts we don't want. Direction this time. That. So let's move this way a bit. This way a bit. You notice I'm not doing much in the way of movements. Like this. We'll go scale. This. Break it down like that. Probably a little bit more. Nope. Do that. Yeah. But you see how the tree's slowly coming to form as we do this. Let's go to the move tool. That. This one. So slightly that way. 1 for the top. Do our scale. Pull this down like so. Do a slight scale there. 1. Go back to our move tool. These. We want it this way. Or this way. So, and then we'll hit 1. Scale. That. You see how the tree's starting to come to life in its size and its feel? I mean, look at the difference from the top to the bottom. You know, from what we have highlighted to what's down below. Down below is starting to really get that tree slight feel. Yes, it's still got that cylinder feel. We can play around with those verts and sort of get that branch feel going down below and play with those. But right now what I'm doing is I'm getting the curvature that the that the trunk has. Just like how I did the curvature for this branch. In fact, if we actually go here, you can see, let's get a little bit more better light. You can see here how that looks, and actually we'll go out of that and you'll see how that all looks. It's starting to really get that feel. And yes, it looks very blocky, and that could be your intention in your design. We could, when we did this, kept it at 32, we could have increased it to 64 edges instead. But we chose to go sort of low. With video games, you want to go low when you start and then model it out that way to keep your poly count low. And the way video games work to get those smooth rounded corners is they use what's normal mapping. And there's 2 ways to normal map. You can normal map through like programs like Photoshop and other programs like B2M or Substance Designer, Substance Painters will all create normal maps. Or the best way to do it to create a normal map is with modeling. You'll model out the low poly version and get that saved out and save it out to the format that's going to go into the game engine. Then you turn it into a high poly and you add all your details that you want to the high poly version of that. And you basically create the normal map from that high poly and tell it to read the normal map of the high poly version to the low poly version. And that's how you don't get these sharp edges that you see here. Because what the game then does is it says, okay, let's smooth this edge out. Let's smooth this out and make this look rounded instead of having a sharp edge there. And that's why sometimes when you zoom into characters, you see your shoulder go from this nice smooth shoulder to this really sort of angular shoulder look. It's because you're so close to the model that the game engines and things like that cannot calculate and create enough roundness to create the illusion that normal maps create. But with technology enhancing, we're getting higher poly models as we go along. When 3D modeling came in, hands were literally fists that would look like squares. That's what a hand was when 3D modeling came into games. And then it turned into what we see in City of Heroes, which is you have a thumb and then your four fingers are stuck together in sort of a mitten design. And then when it went to shooting games, you get the thumb, your pointer finger, and then the three fingers would be all locked together and not able to move separately. It's nowadays that we actually get all five fingers and can move around and get really good definition in there. And that's basically because when they're creating them, they create the model with each finger. If you look at where your finger bends, they actually put in 3 edge loops. So let me show you on the top of this tree trunk here. So the top of this tree trunk, we'll go ahead and we'll go to edges. We'll hit 1. I'm going to move up to here. Let's say this is your finger right here. And let's say this is where it bends and this is where it bends. What they will do is we need to go into wireframe mode. We're going to select these. I'm going to add in an edge loop. Then an edge loop there. Then what I'm going to do, go into verts, go into move, move these down about there. Take these, I'm going to move them up to about there. This is where your knuckle would be. And the reason they do this is when it animates and they put the bone structure in, they basically tell these verts, okay, you're going to follow this bone that's here. And then they tell this vert, these verts, okay, you're going to follow this bone that's up here. And then these verts in the middle sort of follow both. And that's how they create the bend in the finger type of effect. Same with knees, same with elbows, same with, the thumb. All those joints are done that way. And that's very, very important. You need that kind of definition. I will be right back. I apologize about that, but so I think we're done there. I haven't gotten any other questions or anything like that. I'm going to end the stream here. I know we're ending earlier, but I want to get some research done in so that I can get more familiar with the Unreal Engine and things like that. I want to thank you guys all for watching and have a great day.